The belief that we are living in the end times is a viewpoint shared by many Christians who interpret Bible prophecy as unfolding literally and in real time. The urgency and evidence are compelling, and here are 4 key reasons why we might indeed be in the end times. The 4th reason is the most significant and glaring one. Reason 1. The construction of the Third Temple. The construction of the Third Temple is a critical element in end-time prophecy. The Third Temple refers to the prophesied rebuilding of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. The First Temple, built by Solomon, and the Second Temple, rebuilt after the Babylonian exile, were centered to Jewish worship until their destruction. The anticipated Third Temple is believed to play a pivotal role in the end times, as mentioned in several biblical passages. Prophecies in Daniel 9:27, Matthew 24:15, and 2 Thessalonians 2:4 underscore the significance of the Third Temple, describing the Antichrist committing the abomination of desolation by exalting himself as God within the temple. This act is a key event signaling the end times. In recent years, there has been a concerted effort towards the preparation for this temple. The Temple Institute, a Jewish organization dedicated to the reconstruction of the temple, has made significant progress. They have created operational blueprints and crafted necessary ritual objects, including a menorah made of 95 pounds of pure gold and various copper, gold, and silver vessels. Additionally, priestly garments have been produced, and there has been substantial effort to train priests, Kohanim, for future temple service. This training involves performing temple ceremonies, using ritual vessels, and constructing a portable altar that can be quickly assembled on the Temple Mount when the time is right. The push for the Third Temple's construction is gaining momentum, and its completion would be a monumental fulfillment of end-time prophecy. The very fact that these preparations are taking place indicates a significant alignment with biblical predictions, leading many to believe that we are indeed approaching the end times. The Temple Institute's activities are not just symbolic, they are concrete steps toward fulfilling prophecies that have been awaited for millennia. This sense of urgency is palpable among those who closely follow these developments. The anticipation is further fueled by the increasing interest and support from various Christian groups worldwide. Many evangelical Christians view the reconstruction of the temple as a crucial precursor to the second coming of Christ. This belief has led to financial and political support for the efforts to rebuild the temple. The convergence of religious, political, and social factors makes the construction of the Third Temple not just a distant dream, but a looming reality. Reason 2. The stage is set for the Antichrist. The technological and societal developments of our time are creating the perfect environment for the rise of the Antichrist, as described in Revelation 13. This figure is prophesied to wield unparalleled power and control, something that modern advancements make increasingly plausible. Our world has never been more interconnected, a fact starkly highlighted by the recent global IT outage caused by CrowdStrike. This incident demonstrated just how fragile and interconnected our systems are, as disruptions cascaded across various sectors worldwide. This level of interconnectedness paves the way for a figure like the Antichrist to exert global control almost instantaneously. Furthermore, the push for digital IDs and digital currencies in various countries is seen as a precursor to the kind of control the Antichrist is expected to have. In the United Kingdom, recent announcements in the King's Speech have highlighted the government's intent to introduce digital IDs. These advancements suggest a move towards a system where an individual's identity and financial transactions can be monitored and controlled centrally. In such a world, pervasive surveillance extends far beyond mere identification and financial tracking. Every aspect of daily life is under scrutiny. From the moment one wakes up to the time they go to bed, smart devices in homes record conversations and movements, ensuring that no action goes unnoticed. Public spaces are equipped with advanced facial recognition systems, making anonymity virtually impossible. The transportation network is designed to track every journey, whether by car, train, or even on foot, using a network of cameras and sensors. The development and integration of technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, and biometric systems are accelerating at an unprecedented pace. These technologies offer both convenience and control, making it easier for governments and corporations to track and influence individuals' behavior. The global shift towards cashless societies and digital currencies is another critical factor. With digital currencies, every transaction can be monitored and regulated, providing a perfect tool for the Antichrist to control the global economy. The concept of a single, unified global government is no longer a far-fetched idea, but a feasible reality given the current political climate. International organizations such as the United Nations and the World Economic Forum are advocating for greater global cooperation and governance. The idea of a global leader who can solve worldwide crises and bring about peace and stability is increasingly appealing to many in a world fraught with turmoil and uncertainty. When the Antichrist arrives, he will not need decades to establish his dominion. The infrastructure is already in place. The digital age, with its emphasis on surveillance and data control, provides the perfect backdrop for the fulfillment of these prophetic warnings. The immediacy and readiness of the global system are clear indicators to many that we are living in the end times. As the conditions described in the Bible for the rise of the Antichrist are being met before our very eyes. The recent pandemic has also shown how quickly global governance can take shape. The rapid implementation of lockdowns and travel restrictions has demonstrated how governments can exercise extensive control over their populations. The willingness of people to comply with these measures offers a glimpse into how easily such control can be maintained. In the name of safety and security, illustrates how a similar scenario could unfold under the rule of the Antichrist. The infrastructure for mass surveillance and control, such as contact tracing apps and digital health passports, has been laid, setting the stage for the Antichrist's rise to power. Reason 3. Evil is now good, and the issue of predictive programming. The shift in societal values and the media's role in this transformation is another strong indicator of the end times. Traditionally, what was considered evil is now often portrayed as good. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. One stark example is the Harry Potter series, where the hero is a wizard. Historically, witchcraft and wizardry were condemned as evil and shunned. However, the introduction of Harry Potter normalized these practices for a generation of children who began casting spells and pretending to ride broomsticks. Similarly, shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Twilight depict vampires, traditionally seen as evil, as heroes. The TV series Lucifer takes this a step further by portraying the devil himself as a sympathetic character. This reversal of moral values extends beyond entertainment. It is a pervasive trend where traditional virtues are mocked and vices are glorified. For example, Sex before marriage, once viewed with disapproval, is now commonplace, contributing to rising sexual immorality. This shift is evident in the increasing divorce rates and the prevalence of adultery, exemplified by websites like Ashley Madison, designed to facilitate infidelity. We live in an age where sin is convenient and accessible with just a click or a swipe. The media plays a significant role in this transformation, shaping perceptions and attitudes toward what is considered right and wrong. The normalization of behaviors and lifestyles once deemed immoral is evident across various media platforms. Popular music, movies, and TV shows frequently glorify drug use, promiscuity, and violence, presenting them as acceptable or even desirable. This shift is not merely a reflection of changing social norms, but is seen by many as a deliberate attempt to undermine traditional moral values and desensitize society to sin. Predictive programming is another significant aspect of this shift. This theory posits that mass media is used to prepare the public for future events. Although controversial, there are compelling examples that give this theory credence. For instance, the Netflix film Leave the World Behind, produced by Barack and Michelle Obama, portrays a scenario eerily similar to real-world events. Reason 3. Predictive programming and the shift in societal values. The film features a mysterious blackout leading to societal collapse, mirroring the chaos seen during the recent global IT outage caused by a software update malfunction. This has led many to question whether such media portrayals are merely entertainment or a subtle form of conditioning the public for future events. Predictive programming, therefore, serves as a tool for normalizing the extraordinary. It makes the unthinkable seem plausible and even inevitable. By familiarizing the public with these scenarios, it reduces resistance when these events occur in real life, leading many to believe that we are being subtly prepared for the fulfillment of end-time prophecies. Moreover, the rise of dystopian themes in popular culture, such as those found in The Hunger Games, Black Mirror, and Westworld, often depict authoritarian regimes and societal collapse. These narratives, while fictional, shape public perception and create a sense of inevitability regarding such scenarios. This, in turn, can make people more accepting of increased government control and surveillance, seeing them as necessary measures to prevent chaos. Reason 4. The Great Falling Away. In 2 Thessalonians 2:3, the Apostle Paul writes, "Let no one deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition." The phrase falling away translates from the ancient Greek word apostasia, which suggests a rebellion or a departure. This term has sparked considerable debate among Bible scholars. Some interpret it as a large-scale apostasy among those who once followed God, while others see it as a general worldwide rebellion against divine authority. I personally believe that Paul may have had both perspectives in mind. We are witnessing both in our world today. We are witnessing an unprecedented decline in Christian adherence and moral values. Statistics reveal a disturbing trend. Church attendance is plummeting, especially among younger generations. A Gallup poll indicates that in the United States, church membership has fallen below 50% for the first time in 8 decades. According to Pew Research, this decline is not just a statistical anomaly, but reflects a broader shift away from religious belief and practice. Only about 45% of adults in the U.S. say they attend religious services a few times a year or more often, while a striking 30% report that they never attend church. This decline in religious observance is a clear sign of the great falling away that Paul foretold. Our society, once rooted in Judeo-Christian values, is increasingly secular. Look at our nation. We used to pray in schools, but that practice has been abandoned. Public displays of faith are often met with hostility or indifference. This shift away from spiritual engagement is not merely a cultural change, but a significant prophetic indicator. Our nation has rejected the Bible, the very book that warns us of the Antichrist and the mark of the beast. More and more people are dismissing the Bible as irrelevant or outdated, leaving them uninformed and unprepared for the spiritual deception that is to come. As the nation drifts further from biblical truths, it becomes increasingly susceptible to the lies of the Antichrist. Without the moral and spiritual guidance of the Scriptures, people are more likely to be deceived by false teachings and the allure of a charismatic leader who promises peace and prosperity. The Bible provides clear warnings about the Antichrist's tactics and the mark of the beast. But these warnings are ignored or ridiculed by a society that no longer values or understands biblical prophecy. This spiritual ignorance sets the stage for widespread deception. When the Antichrist appears, offering solutions to the world's problems, many will be easily swayed because they lack the discernment that comes from knowing God's word. The moral decay and rejection of biblical principles in our nation create fertile ground for the Antichrist's lies to take root. As people seek answers and meaning in a chaotic world, they will turn to anyone who offers hope, even if it leads them further away from the truth. The urgency of returning to biblical principles cannot be overstated. As believers, we must stand firm in our faith, spread the gospel, and educate others about the prophetic warnings in the Bible. Only by grounding ourselves in God's word can we resist the deception of the Antichrist and remain steadfast in these end times. The erosion of faith is not limited to the United States. Globally, countries with historically strong Christian roots are experiencing similar declines. In Europe, church attendance is at record lows, with countries like Sweden, France, and the United Kingdom reporting that less than 10% of their populations regularly attend church. The situation in other parts of the world reflects a broader trend towards secularism and away from traditional religious practices. Revelation of the man of sin. The second half of 2 Thessalonians 2:3 focuses on a critical prophetic event. And the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition. Before the Great Tribulation can be identified with certainty, a particular person known as the man of sin, or the Antichrist, must be revealed. This figure is central to end-time prophecy and represents the pinnacle of human rebellion against God. The term man of sin underscores the Antichrist's embodiment of evil and lawlessness. He will oppose God and exalt himself above all that is worshipped. Although the Antichrist has not yet been revealed, the Bible indicates that his appearance will mark the beginning of the end. Over the years, many have speculated about the identity of the Antichrist, with figures such as Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and Elon Musk frequently named. Other theorized candidates have included political leaders like Vladimir Putin, religious figures like the Pope, and influential businessmen like Bill Gates. Despite these speculations, the true identity of the Antichrist remains unknown. He may already be on the world stage, or he may yet emerge. However, when he is revealed, his identity will be unmistakable. The Bible provides clear signs of his coming. He will perform signs and wonders, deceive many, and establish a global reign of terror and oppression. The urgency of this prophecy cannot be overstated. The rise of the Antichrist will signal the imminent conclusion of human history as we know it. His revelation will usher in a period of unprecedented tribulation described in the Scriptures. This period of tribulation will be characterized by extreme suffering, persecution of believers, and widespread chaos. The Antichrist will deceive many with his charisma and apparent solutions to global problems, leading people away from the truth and into spiritual bondage. The prophetic warnings in the Bible serve as a call to vigilance and preparedness for those who believe in the end-time prophecies. It is crucial to remain steadfast in faith, discerning the signs of the times and spreading awareness of these prophetic truths. The book of Revelation describes a time of great distress and suffering. Those who are not prepared for this time will be caught off guard, facing the full brunt of the Antichrist's tyranny. The modern world, with its technological advancements and increasing centralization of power, provides the perfect environment for the Antichrist's rise. The digital IDs, surveillance systems, and global interconnectedness make it feasible for one individual to exert control over the entire planet. The push for digital currencies and cashless societies aligns with the biblical prophecy of a system where no one can buy or sell without the mark of the beast. Zan said Majesty. Zarum listendanedos de Celestine.